Hey guys, Miss Stark. Just want to talk to you a little bit about logical fallacies. What a fallacy is, it is a statement or a sense of reasoning that appears to be true, but it's really misleading or false, kind of fake news type. We see fallacies used a lot in persuasion because they appear to be true, and it allows for people to kind of buy into that ideal, but it's not true, or they're not giving you all the information. So here are some of the examples. The first one is name calling. Name calling is when you attack the person instead of the actual argument itself, or product or company instead of the argument you're trying to make. So for example, a teen argues that alcohol drinking age should be lowered. I tell the teen that he's wrong because he's immature, or I attack his personality instead of the actual reason why the drinking age should not be changed. You're completely losing the argument, and now you're attacking the person. Some examples of this in publishing are real men use Macs. This is also a fallacy called stereotyping, where it's targeting a group of people, in this case men, right? Men against women. So saying we have the Apple foot smashing the Windows logo. We have Big Mac seems more like a medium. So Burger King is kind of name calling McDonald's and their Big Mac. We have MSG versus TLC. MSG is additives. TLC is tender loving care. So this soup company, Campbell's, is saying our soup is made with love. Their soup is made with additives. Okay. Another one is hasty generalization. It's the statements that are too general that they are not true or they don't apply in all cases. Such as Sue is a kid, Sue loves ice cream, so all kids must love ice cream. Or I saw 12 boys wearing Vans at the homecoming dance Saturday night, so all boys must wear Vans. It's taking the idea that if something is true of a couple things, you can just say that it's true of everything. So if I were to take a poll in class and most people loved sushi, a hasty generalization would be almost all the kids in Miss Stark's first hour love sushi, so all 8th graders at this middle school must love sushi as well. So an example, again, America's favorite, Cheerios, is an example of hasty generalization. Right? They're saying that even though a lot of people may love it, that everybody loves it. In fact, it's the favorite cereal of America. Another example is oversimplifying. Oversimplifying is taking an extremely complex problem or situation and trying to fix it with a very simple solution. You're not addressing all the complexities of the situation or the problem. You're just taking one small component. So for example, the best solution to fix the student failure rate is to fire any teacher that has a 50% failure rate. After all, if a student fails, it's the teacher's fault. He or she is not doing enough to help the student pass. In this situation, by doing that and hiring a whole new staff, you're going to have the whole situation happen again because you're not addressing all the complexities of the situation. Either or is exactly what it sounds like. You're offering one or two possible solutions to a problem when there are really multiple solutions. Either you love dogs or you hate cats, right? It's not giving you the idea that you can love both, or you can love dogs a little more than cats, or vice versa. It's like either or. You have these two options. There's no other solution, even though in your brain you know there's a lot more. Okay. So here's an example. We either make ourselves happy or miserable. The amount of work is the same, right? So there's no in between with either or. It's like literally either this or that. Faulty cause and effect is when the reality is the two events are not related, but you're trying to say one caused the other. So the school cut security staff and 2 students fell down the stairs and were seriously injured. So the fact that they cut the staff for security at the school has no bearing on 2 students falling down the stairs and getting injured. There is no causation there. Or if you use Suave shampoo, you will get all the dates you ever wanted. Suave shampoo may make your hair silky and soft, but that doesn't have any bearing on you getting all the dates you ever wanted. Your personality will help that, not the shampoo. So faulty cause and effect. Here are a few different examples. So Wheaties is notorious for putting athletes on their boxes. So if you eat your Wheaties, you can play like Brandy Chaston, or you can bend it like Beckham, or you could swim like Michael Phelps. Or if you drink Gatorade, you can play like Michael Jordan, because Gatorade fuels athletes like Michael Jordan. Or if you put these shoes on, you're immediately going to be able to bend it like soccer star Beckham. Not the case. Okay? One has no bearing on the other. Circular reasoning is when you restate in different words, but you mean the same thing. Like you're passing off rewording as evidence, even though you said the same exact thing, you just used different words. So Sue is the smartest girl in school because she is the most intelligent. You're saying Sue is the smartest girl in school because she is the smartest. Or using security cameras to monitor school hallways is good because it feels right. Right? So using school cameras to monitor schools is good because it's good, is essentially what that is saying. Okay? And then the third example, in a democracy, the people are free because democracies are free. So democracy is free because democracy is free, is what that's saying. So circular reasoning, it just goes in a circle. So here are a couple of cartoons by Dilbert. What is the key to success? Hire the right employees. How do you know you hired the right employees? You know because the business is successful. So the key to success is circular reasoning? Yes, because circular reasoning is the key. Stereotyping. I kind of referred to stereotyping back when we were talking about name calling. So the idea that real men use Max. So stereotyping is broad statements about an entire group of individuals, like a gender group, race, religion, age, etc. Not to be confused with hasty generalizations. The difference is stereotyping is an entire group of individuals, right? Store owners need to keep a closer eye on teens when they shop because teens are thieves, right? Or all cheerleaders care about are hair and makeup, or smart kids can't play sports. Where we know all of those things are false, right? Completely false. You're taking an example of a couple and making it about an entire group of people. So here's some examples. Dr. Pepper 10, it's not for women, right? They kind of promoted this as a men's drink, right? So that's stereotyping. Or get the power to clean anything. It's stereotyping that say that the only people that clean are women, right? And using Rosie the Riveter as their spokesperson, or a Rosie Riveter-esque type person. Card stacking is when you make a one-sided case, choosing only one piece of evidence that best supports your argument by completely ignoring the opposite side. Usually it's an unfair comparison, or it's by omitting the facts from the other side. So you might say everything about this product, like all the good things, but not mention the bad. Or if you're comparing two products, you're going to say how your product is so amazing and how the other product is not. Okay. A straw man is when a person simply ignores somebody else's actual position and substitutes an exaggerated, distorted, misrepresented position. So example, person A has position X. Person B presents position Y, something completely different, a distorted version of X. They twist it. Person B attacks the Y and completely forgets about what Z had said and the fact that it was false and incorrect. So they're kind of like a switcheroo, if you will. So here's an example of straw man. Pamela is the class secretary. She says that she thinks that the class should do more service projects. Mark says he can't believe that Pamela doesn't support the annual school dance. So what Pamela was doing, it had nothing to do with the argument that Mark was making. She said that they should do more service projects. Mark, therefore, assumed that Pamela didn't support the school dance. So now Pamela has to defend why she supports the school dance instead of the idea of service project, which is what she originally was talking about. So same thing, Caroline says that she thinks her friends should not be so rude to the new girl. Jenna says that she cannot believe that Caroline is choosing to be better friends with the new girl than the girls who have always known her. Just because you're defending one person and saying you should not be a jerk, you should not be rude to this person, doesn't mean that you're choosing one person over the other. So now Caroline feels she has to defend her friends instead of just calling her friends out for being rude. That is straw man. Ambiguity is deliberately using words or expressions that are confusing because they have more than one meaning, like to be ambiguous. Okay, to be ambiguous. Bogus claims are exactly that. The writer promises more than he or she can deliver, right? You see a lot of this in politics. Like they're saying, I'm going to do this and this and this and this and this. And in reality, they might be able to get to a couple of those things, but not everything. But people buy into the idea that this person's going to do all these amazing things. And then when it gets down to it, it's not feasible. False analogies are misleading comparisons. You're either with us or against us, right? That's also for either or. Either you vote for Bob Smith or you don't support women's rights. Okay. Guilt by association is attacking the person's beliefs because of the person's associations. So Christina is thinking about becoming a vegetarian. Then she learns that many mass murderers were also vegetarians, so she keeps eating meat. Just because Christina is a vegetarian doesn't mean she's going to automatically be associated with mass murderers. However, that's guilt by association. Or the idea that your friend Tommy likes Justin Bieber, and if he's listening to Justin Bieber, if you hang out with Tommy, people might think that you love the Biebs as well, and right? And you cannot have people thinking that you love Justin Bieber, so you're not going to hang out with Tommy. That's guilt by association. Okay. Or another example is if you know somebody is bullying others and people know him as a bully and you're hanging out, like people might also think that you're a bully as well because you choose to run in that circle. That's guilt by association. And finally, red herring. Red herring is diverting the issue with an unrelated topic. So, like this cartoon says, a mother is trying to divert her kid's attention. Like, mommy, I want the toy. Honey, let's rush home. Yummy treats for you at home. Like, completely getting her to think of something else than what she wants in that moment. So a man commits a crime and is confronted by a friend who tells him that it is wrong. The man begins to talk about right versus wrong and who decides instead of the fact that the crime that he actually committed is wrong, right? So diverting the issue away from the related topic. Or Tara, I'm so hurt that Todd broke up with me. Her friend Sarah says, just think of all the starving children in Africa and your problems won't seem so important then. So instead of empathizing with Tara about her breakup, she's completely changing the topic to something and basically minimizing her friend's plight or struggle. So these are some examples of fallacies. Please refer back to this PowerPoint if you have any questions, or please feel free to ask any questions in class. Thank you.